I gotta reset everything because I just recorded my entire video and then I get to the end and find out it never recorded. So let's do this again. Alright, hey everybody, Jeff here. So yeah, I just recorded this whole thing, rambled on, and then I get to the end and find out I don't know what the deal was. I don't know how the camera didn't come on or something, because I had done some tests, those test videos, but for some reason when the actual video went, it didn't record. So here we are. So I was on Facebook yesterday, and my brother tagged me on a friend of his, had a picture of an album he just got. I'm not friends with the person, so I don't know much about it, but my brother tags me. And it was a copy. This guy said, just got this today. Just picked this up today. And it was a picture of Kiss's Sonic Boom. And I'm thinking, wow, I wish I had one of those. I know they're expensive. I don't know where he got it from. And then I looked down in the notes, and somebody said, FYE, which is the name of a store, if you're not familiar with it in your area, FYE is going out of business, and all their records are on sale for you vinyl hunters. Now, in my haste and excitement of seeing Sonic Boom, for some reason I thought he also commented and say FYE. So my thoughts are FYE has Sonic Boom on sale. And I'm like, first off, I don't see how that's possible, because FYE I don't think wasn't Sonic Boom like only through the Kiss store and or Walmart or something like that back when it came out. It came out years ago. You know, nowadays people are selling them for like $300, $400, $500. So I don't know. I saw Sonic Boom. I saw somebody mention FYE, but the FYE that they mentioned was way on the other side of town, like 40 minutes away. So we went over there, and I ran into FYE, and no, there was no Kiss Sonic Boom. It was later that I read it that I realized that there was two different people. He had said he got Kiss, and then a friend of his said, hey, by the way, if you're looking for records, FYE's are going out of business. So I went in there, and everything was on sale, but they didn't have a whole lot, but there was two things I picked up. But here's the real brief story. The sign said 50% off all vinyl, retail price. Okay, so if you're familiar with FYE, almost everything there is on sale. So you got a retail price, you got a sale price. These particular ones, one of them had a sale sticker on it. The other one I think did too, but I think it had crumbled up and was peeling off. I don't know. It didn't seem to be on there permanently. I didn't see the second sign, or didn't pay attention to it, or didn't care that it said 50% discount only applies to items not on sale. These particular items that I bought were retail $29.99, on sale for $27.99. So technically, I should have paid $27.99 because they didn't qualify for the 50% off. I grabbed these two albums, got to the counter, they rang up at $27.99. I said, hey, wait a minute, shouldn't they be on 50% off? And she said, oh, okay. And then she manually knocked them down half off. Then she said, oh, I know what happened. These have a sales sticker on it, so therefore they don't qualify for that, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So I was fortunate. There were a couple other albums there that I wanted that were even more expensive that I didn't pick up, but what I did pick up is Exodus Bonded by Blood. This is an FYE exclusive on white opaque vinyl. Can you see that there? And so it is on this Birdie White record there. It is a gatefold. I don't know if I don't think the original was when I had it back in the day, but it's a gatefold. It's got pictures and then the lyrics. And then it has an inset, which is basically the same thing. The cover on one side and then the inside of the gatefold on the other. So it's kind of neat. Sounds great on vinyl. Glad to have that. And then they had Pleasure of the Flesh, the other one. Same thing here. It's a gatefold. This one's on, it says it's on opaque metallic silver, but there's nothing metallic about it. It's just flat silver. It's actually gray. It's just a fancy word for gray. Again, you know, it's the same thing. It's a gatefold, and that's on the inside of the gatefold, and it's got the lyrics and all that. So was glad to pick that up, and I'm glad that she did, you know, she said, whatever, you can have the sale price. So that was all I came out with. And these next few things are online buys. So if you're a member of the, you know, Facebook group, the music, CD, cassette, vinyl asylum, you know, there's always stuff being sold in there. And I picked this up, Dio's Strange Highways. Now this, I I got this. It's on purple. It's on the purple vinyl. So that's pretty. One of Dio's albums that some people don't really like, but I've always enjoyed it, and I thought it'd be cool to have. And I'm getting some glare there. I got it and realized there's no barcode on it, and I kind of did some quick research and found this is obviously the copy that came in the box set of all of Dio's early albums, and somebody must have just sold it out of there because there's no individual barcode. These other two, now these two I got from a guy in the asylum also, listed as in very good condition. Udo's Animal House, and it was in very good condition, just needed a little dusting off, a little polishing up a little bit, and it's in like really great condition. Love this album. Udo, of course, is from the band Accept, for those of you who may not know. I don't know how you don't know. Now, is it Udo? Is it Udio? I've heard different people say it's different things. His name is Udo Dirk Schneider, but the band is supposedly UDO because it's got the periods in there. I've heard that is the case. So, got this. Excited about that. And then I picked up Accept's Metal Heart. This, when I got it and I opened it, I looked at the vinyl and kind of was like shocked. This is in very good condition. It was just dirty and smudged and had some, not scratches, but smudges that probably were not going to come out. And just overall, not good. To the point where if I would have seen this in the wild, I probably would not have bought it. It's that bad a condition. So I wrote the guy, and he said, I'll make it right. And I said, well, let me do this. I'm going to clean it, give it a good scrubbing. Let's see how it comes out, and I'll give it a play. I didn't want to play it until I cleaned it. And I did that. I put some elbow grease into it, gave it a good scrubbing. I have a manual system, not a machine or anything. Cleaned it, polished it, and it looked 90% better. It was way better. Still had the smudges that I was concerned with. Gave it a spin, not a problem. Surface smudges didn't affect the play at all. So I'm very happy it came out shiny and played very well. So yeah, that was great. Nothing a little elbow grease can't take out. All right, this next one is one of the limited run vinyl releases, Christian label, Rocks Records, and this is the Crushing the Deceiver. They're a thrash band. They're a new band. This is not a reissue of something that's never been on vinyl. This is a new band. Came out in 2018, I believe. New, modern thrash, a little edgier vocals. Not really extreme like Death or anything, but definitely the heavier side of a thrash vocals. So that's great. And this one is on there. All of these are on color vinyl, and this is, I don't know, is that kind of a goldish marble. Next one here is the Michael Sweet 1994. This is a reissue, first time on vinyl, of his first solo album from when he first left Stryper. He released this. This came out on, I guess, through his site. Basically, the packaging's fairly generic, nothing fancy. The record is on red and black swirl, translucent. It has an inset which has the credits on one side, the lyrics on the other. I've heard some people say they like the original cover better. It was a black and white photo of him. But whatever, it is what it is, and it's on vinyl, and I grabbed it. And I wasn't one of the first 50 that had the autographed copies. I didn't notice this came out until a while back, but at least I am having a copy in general. So excited about that. Now, these next two I got on Discogs also. So, brief story behind these. I have some record flats, and I can't reach it up there. One of them is by a synth pop band, Christian band, I think from 1985. That is one of my wife's favorite bands, and I really enjoyed them too back in the day. I remember having it on records back in the day, and then wanting it on CD, and it was hard to find. It was only a limited amount that had come out. It was really expensive, but I found a copy, so it's just one of those things. It's like a grail. I want to get that on CD, and it wasn't real popular, and it was hard to find. It wasn't like they were all over the place, but I did find one years ago, and I've had it ever since and love it, and it's still, like I say, one of my wife's favorite albums even to this day. She saw the flat, and she's like, well, do you have that on vinyl? And I'm like, no. It's just, no, I don't have it. I said, well, let's see about that. So I looked on Discogs, found a copy of that album, still sealed, which scares me a little, being this from like '85, still sealed, and he wanted like $7 for it, and then shipping was like $3 or $4. It was like, it seemed like it came to under $10. So I grabbed it. It's a band called The Front. You may not have ever heard of them. Get some glare off of here. One album, one and done, synth pop '85. Like I say, it's Christian release. Now, the singer is a fellow by the name of Tommy Funderburk. Now, he's done a lot of studio work with a lot of different bands, a lot of different appearances. So you may have heard his voice. You may be familiar with something else he's done. He's been in a lot of different bands and side projects. Anyway, I don't know if you have or haven't, but I understand he's kind of fairly popular, both Christian and mainstream. After this album in 1986, pretty much, I think it was the whole band. I know it was at least two of the three guys. Was it three guys? Anyway, it's labeled as an album by The Front, but they changed their name to What If, and it was more of a mainstream, non-Christian release. So after I got this and just started thinking about it, I pulled that one up on Discogs and found a copy of that in very good condition for $3 and something. So that'll be coming soon. I thought that's neat. Let's grab that on vinyl. Like I said, it was $3. Now, when I got that from the guy, he threw this in for free. This is the Front Row compilation. It's one of those just different songs by different bands. It was still sealed also. He said, Happy New Year, here's a free album. Now, this would and kind of is on my want list. Now, the reason it was, but still kind of is on this album is a song by, so this has, bands like Joe English, who used to play with Paul McCartney and Wings, but then started doing, Christian pop and rock music. Rick Kua, who used to play with the Outlaws, and then he became, started doing Christian pop and rock music. So it's got a bunch of bands that you may not really know. Brian Hayworth, people that you probably are not as familiar with. One of which, though, is Jerusalem. Now, if you're into Christian music, Jerusalem is one of the Swedish hard rock bands that, well, I love them. A lot of people like them. They have a song on this album that's only on this album and wasn't released on any of their albums. So having something like this, they did that a couple times. And you're like, oh, now I got to go track down these albums. So this was on my want list because I wanted to track down that one song that I don't have on any other recording. But, what was it, 2 years ago? Year and a half? I don't know, whatever. Retroactive Records reissued all of the first Jerusalem albums, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, whatever. They kind of put out most all of the Jerusalem back catalog. Remastered, repackaged, and they added all the bonus tracks. They tracked down songs from that compilation. There was the other ones that were on compilations, so you get it all now, and it is, so we have it, in digital format on CD and everything. So it kind of takes that off of the want list as far as I want that song, because now I have that song. But it's neat to have it on vinyl. So and even the other tracks on the other things, and one day we need to have. I think that's one of the only. I don't know. I have to look and see. Are any of the other bands on here? Are they exclusive? I don't know. I only recognize a couple, but it's neat to have. Glad to have it, especially when it was free. I'm not going to complain. So that's great. I hope you're having a great New Year. I am. Keep on rocking. I got a lot more stuff coming in. Anyway, thanks for watching. Rock on. Have a great night.